It's Brandon with SB Printing. We're going to show you what this centering test is and what I'm looking for before we get started. So we want to see your natural ability to put a shirt over a flat surface and get it perfectly centered. Is that okay? So what we're going to do, so the first thing you're going to do, you're going to start with one shirt. It doesn't matter. You want to basically, I'm going to have a shirt, it might have a print on the side, on one side. You're going to do the side that has no print. And then you see how the collar is up here. I want the collar facing you. So facing the collar portion or the neck tag faces you. And then you're going to take the shirt, you're going to lay it over this box, okay? And then you're going to center it in the way that feels natural to you. But you can watch me in this video and see how I'm doing it, okay? Okay. All right. This is my first try. Now we're going to take this piece of chalk. And with this piece of chalk, we're going to draw a line around the box. Drawing with this chalk is harder than it seems. So I'm also testing your ability to control your hands. All right, so I'm going to show you the right way to use the chalk, and then I'm going to flip it over and show you the wrong way later. So we're just going to take it like this, and we're going to gently draw a line. And I want you to try and draw your line as nice and perfect and straight as you can. And I want you to control your hand and make it steady. All right. So I'm going to take the chalk and set that down. Now we're going to take the shirt, take a look at it. We're going to lay it out flat on this table. Now the first thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put my hands down. Now that it's laid out, it's not 100% perfect, but it's very close. Now one thing we want to see, okay, the first thing I want to see is you can see that the shirt itself is a little off. See how this line here is straight. That line of that shirt's a little coming off to an angle. So that's one of the reasons I'm testing you on this, because the shirts aren't perfect. So can you get it centered with the shirt not being perfect? Now, I also want to see, are your lines straight? And is the box turned like this or this? Okay, it needs to just be a nice straight box. And so again, I'm going to start with my hand. Okay, that's my whole hand with my thumb down and everything right there. And then over here on this side, I'm a little bit over. Now we're going to do this in centimeters. So on this particular ruler, we're going to count the 11 as a 1. All right. So we're going to go like this. And that lands right here at 21 and a half on this side. Okay. I'm going to zoom in and show that right there. Okay. Now we're going to come over here on this side, start it at the 11, and we landed at 20, basically 20 and a half. So that means the margin of error that I will allow is 1 centimeter. That is the margin of error that I'm looking for. You see that? 1 centimeter. So there's a 1 centimeter difference between here to here and here to here. And that's the amount that I will allow. Anything more than that means you are disqualified. All right? So you're going to do, if you get it within 1 centimeter, then you're going to move on to another test. Okay? But if you do not get it within 1 centimeter, then it's over. Now, one more thing I want to show you, because I told you before we move on to the next thing, I want to show you just the basics of using this chalk. I'm going to turn the shirt inside out to explain that. Again, using the chalk is harder than it looks. So what I see is sometimes I'll see people do like this. See that? We don't want that. I was pushing down too hard on the chalk, and I even made like a pretty deep indentation in the chalk. You don't. That's not what we're looking for. That means you're not really understanding the amount of pressure that you're pushing down with your hand. You want to show me that you can hold this and very gently glide across with no gaps. See the gaps? Gap, 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 gap. We don't want that. See how this is a nice straight line. That shows me you can control and articulate your hand. All right, so that's the basics of drawing your chalk line, okay? So the next test we're going to do is you're now going to do 5 shirts within 5 minutes. I'm not going to set a timer on the video, but we will set a timer when you're ready. All right, so when you do your 5 shirts, you're going to do 5 shirts in a row without stopping. All right, so we're going to follow the same principles here. I'm going to use this side of the shirt that just has a little pocket print on it. I'm going to center. Okay. So number 1. Okay. I haven't done this in a while, so I was a little bit rusty. So you can see as I'm doing it more, I'm remembering my hand motion. Make sure I do it. And see, these are nice, perfect lines now. That's really what I hope to see. I haven't done this test in months. Okay, so that's number 1. I don't want you to even look at it. I want you to keep going. So we're not even going to look at them. You're just going to keep on going to the next one. 5 in a row. And for this test, you have 5 minutes. It's a lot more time than you think. So don't rush. Just get it right. Okay. All right. Number 2. Number 3. Okay. Okay. Next, I'm going to take this shirt and turn this one inside out because there's prints on the front and the back, and they're pretty big. So, okay, you see how it's really important that you start with the shirt nice and flattened out and crisp. Hold it at the top corners when you get started, but we don't use the top corners for centering. Put my chalk right there. Okay. Okay. All right, last one. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. All right. Okay. So now that we have our 5, now we're going to check the accuracy of the 5. All right, so let's throw this one down. I'm going to take it out and look at it. Now, if it's perfect right off the bat with my fingers, that's 3 fingers here and 3 fingers there. You want to get right up on the fingers and show. So there you see, yeah. And I can see it straight. I can see it straight going down the line. See, again, a lot of times with shirts in general, there's always one side that kind of goes out like this at an angle like this way. And then there's a side that's always straight. So that's kind of why it's a challenge. And you can actually see the bottom of the shirt kind of goes up too. That's just the way they're made. But our job is to get a perfectly centered print. And I would consider this one to be perfect. So if you do something like this, this is good. You see, I got it a little bit of a curve there, but that's, again, that is something, I'm not looking for 100%, I'm looking for 95%. You got to be at least 95%. All right, so that one's good. I don't even need to pull the ruler out on this one because it looks fine. All right, let's do this one now. Okay. Again, we'll do the hands test. Okay. Pretty good if I'm unsure, but I mean, it looks fine to me. And this is a 3X shirt, so the bigger they are, they do get a little bit harder. So they kind of get a little harder with bigger shirts. It's weird. All right, so we're going to start at 11 centimeters again, because that's just how this ruler is set up. That puts me at 22 and a half on this side. I'm going to try to bring it over exactly in the same spot. 22 and a half. All right, so this one's dead on. Perfect. Okay. Now we have this little kid shirt. Start with the fingers. It's 3 fingers here. Again, I'm not pulling out the ruler on this one. This one looks fine. It looks just like how I want you to do it. And here you go. This one's pretty big. I can't really use my hands on this one. We're going to pull out the ruler. That puts us at 25 there. And it's dead on. So that's what I want to see. All right. Last shirt. Okay. Don't need to pull out the ruler on this one because my hands are good. I can see. All right. So that's the test. I really hope you do it right. And if you do, then we can talk about you working for us. Thanks.